Not too long ago, you guys and girls were asked to share your favorite Shocker Kaijin featured in the first 39 episodes of the original Kamen Rider series. Well, the comments are in, and it's time to share the results. The following 5 choices were selected based on the number of comments and likes in their favor. In addition, a few notable comments were picked to represent the Kaijin. So, according to you, the audience, these are the best of the bunch from the first chunk of Kamen Rider. Number 5 is Cobra Man from episodes 9 and 10. User Fedomino pointed out that Cobra Man was the first cyborg to be resurrected. This user also noted that Cobra Man came back with some sick upgrades, an expanding hood and the ability to breathe flames. Resurrection would go on to become a reoccurring element throughout the series, and lead to awesome villain team-ups such as in episode 13 and the Kamen Rider vs. Shocker short film. Cobra Man has a pretty embarrassing blunder early on, losing his death fangs to a dog. Still, he saves face and showcases his foul nature by using a child to strike at Kamen Rider's heart, something which almost leads to Rider's demise. Nevertheless, Kamen Rider ultimately annihilates the terrifying serpent the first time with a well-placed kick, and the second time with a Rider reversal. Next we have the monster Scorpion Man from episode 3. Several users cited Scorpion Man as their favorite Shocker Kaijin due to his personal connection with Takashi. For those who are unfamiliar with him, or those who might have forgotten, Scorpion Man once was a close friend of Takashi. However, driven mad by jealousy about Takashi's good fortune, he willingly joins the forces of evil, which, as user Kaiju1954 points out, makes him the first person shown to willingly accept Shocker's offer. Normally people are forced kicking and screaming against their will. User Doc Joe notes that there not being any build-up limits the direct effectiveness of the betrayal, yet they agree with others that it still serves to highlight the tragic nature of Takashi's existence. Number 3 is Shinigami Chameleon from episodes 6 and 7. The first Shocker Kaijin to get a 2-parter, and the first to capture Kamen Rider. According to user Ritz, Chameleon has the go-to Kaijin design, the design that comes to mind whenever they think of Shocker or Shocker Kaijin in general. A few other users expressed fondness for the design too, some even considering it intimidating. User Borby found Chameleon's defeat to be pretty memorable, and yeah, it is one of the more unique takedowns in the series thus far. The second most popular character, the Eerie Man Spider of episode 1. A few users noted how Man Spider, as the first enemy of Kamen Rider, established the darker tone of the early episodes and set the groundwork for the many cyborgs to come. Using the word recruited very loosely, he's also the villain who recruited Takashi Hongo so that he could be turned into a cyborg in the first place. Heck, he even manages to take out the turncoat who helped Rider escape. The guy was pretty effective. Anyway, user Armada said that Man Spider is the scariest of all the cyborgs and thought his mannerisms were weird and creepy. User Void Matter found that the low budget added to the charm and the eeriness of the character. And finally, a recommendation from user Shark1. They want us to know that Man Spider was very fun to use in the PS1 Kamen Rider game. You know what? This game looks pretty fun actually. Let me know in the comment section if it's worth seeking out. By far the most popular choice was Batman, making his iconic debut in the 27th issue of Detective Comics way back in 1939. Batman has gone on to become... 2 words, not 1. Well, here we go again. Batman from episode 2 of Kamen Rider. By far the most popular Kaijin of the bunch. User The Vault of Gehenna was impressed by how Batman turned an entire apartment complex into vampires, and cites the famous scene where Batman holds Midorikawa hostage as a highlight. User Ty Common says that Batman's design, which they believe to be a decently convincing mutation of a man in a bat, creeps them out the most and they love it. User Telstar describes Batman as eerie in a way that can only be achieved by Showa era effects. Yeah, I would add that setting his scenes at night enhanced that effect. Finally, MKA555 admits to having been scared of Batman as a child. MKA555, if it comforts you at all, know that you were not alone. A young Hideo Kojima also found this episode frightening. So frightening, in fact, that he had to stop watching it, at least until he gained the courage to stomach it. And there you have it, the best of the Shocker Kaijin according to you, the viewers. One of the first things to note is how all 5 choices are from the first 13 episodes. The second thing worth addressing is that Batman and Man-Spider clearly made a lasting impression, and these will become reoccurring early enemy themes across the entire franchise. A contributing factor is likely that you can render their names as Batman and Spider-Man, which makes for a pretty amusing thought. But thank you all for your submissions and contributions. But what do you think of these choices? Is it a fair ranking? Who should have been included but isn't? Feel free to have your say in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll join us again next time.